We're live. Oh, let me get a drink too. Since you're drinking, you usually, I have my wine.
Oh,
do you turn this on?
It's on.
Okay. Why are you passing the cup? What are you putting in my face for?
Oh, come here. Let me see. Got a little
smuts on my face.
Yeah, get that off of there.
From a chicken cheesesteak.
Nah, my bad.
Okay, go ahead and introduce us.
All right. What's going on, our family? I'm Mike. This is Shawnee. We're the owners of Hart's Desires. Hart's Desires Adams Morgan, which is located in Washington, D.C. Hart's Desires Suitland, which is located in Suitland, Maryland. Hart'sDesires.com as well.
You are making this introduction longer and longer.
Hey, Shawnee, guess what day it is?
What day is it?
Hump Day with the Harts.
Oh, can you move the TV over more?
Move the TV over?
Yeah, so you can see it's way over. I think the table is not in the right place.
You want it?
Yeah, that's good. So for those who haven't watched us, usually this Instagram camera's uploaded more. You can see my pooch. What?
Grab your napkin. It is still there.
Nobody can see a little piece of ketchup on my face.
It wasn't ketchup. It was like, I don't know.
But for those who have never seen us before, we are the Harts. We come to you every other week. We talk about things, sex, relationship, toys, just anything along those lines.
Sex, drugs, and hip hop.
We don't talk about drugs.
Yes, we do.
Oh my goodness. So tonight we're talking about, so let me back up. I had put out an email and put a post up on Instagram and to our Facebook group saying, hey, what do you guys want us to talk about on Hump Day with the Harts? Because usually what we talk about is what I want to talk about. It's usually what I think people want to hear. But I don't always know what people want to hear. So when I put out the email, it was like, hey, everybody, what do you want to hear? So many people reached out and wanted to talk about dick issues. Dick issues. Like I had women reaching out. I had men reaching out. I had women that was like, look, I'm about to cheat on this Bama because he can't get it together. Yeah.
How rude.
Is it rude?
Disrespectful. Messed up. And any other words that I can come up with that's suitable for rated PG.
Is it disrespectful? Is it disrespectful to be frustrated and be like, I need to get my needs met and this person is not?
No. To be frustrated? No.
Okay.
To get so fed up to the point where, like, it depends. I guess it depends. Okay. If you have been struggling with this for 5 minutes, 2 months, 6 months, a year, and your partner hasn't, like up to a year, and there has been no changes or nothing, no doctor visits or anything like that. After that, then yeah, I'm pretty sure like, hey, your partner doesn't care, doesn't, whatever. And then if you decide to move on, but cheating, hell no.
Cheating, hell no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though I am for cheating with some relationships.
So that's why we're talking about this subject. I'm not listening to him. So that's why we're talking about this subject tonight. So many people want to talk about. So we want to talk about, like, physical things you can do, but we also wanted to talk about like the emotional aspect of it, because dudes, they hold so much ego and everything in their dick. Oh, with Nicole, Nikki Coates, y'all forgot about me. What we forget? Tell us what we forgot.
You never gave me her address to ship to her. We were supposed to ship her Spark.
I didn't give you the address.
Nope. I asked you for it. I don't think if she didn't. You had to send it to the DM. Just send it to my DM. Send it to my DM. It will go out tomorrow.
Nobody knows your DM.
She knows my DM.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we represent. We already know where she come from.
Oh Lord, no, we always send out our prize recipients every week. We get the address, but sometimes I forget. Sometimes slip my mind. So thank you for reminding us that we still owe you
Spark.
So back to the subject at hand. What do you think? So first of all, let's just talk about how people having dick issues is like super common right now. Can we just say that first? Because I think part of the problem with people when they have things that's going wrong with their sex life, they don't want to talk about it because they think that like, okay, something's wrong with me. This is only happening to me, and don't know that this is something that we hear about all the time. Like most of the people I talk to are Black. So I hear from a lot of Black men and a lot of Black women who are in relationships with Black men, a lot of Black men that are in relationships with Black men. And because of our health issues in our community, whether it be diabetes, high blood pressure, like just not going to the doctors and getting checked out. Black men, I want you guys to go to the doctors and get checked out. Something's going on. Because usually if you have a reoccurring problem with your dick, that deals with blood flow. And that could be a sign of a bigger issue. So let's just get that out the way. For anybody who's watching this and hasn't want to come and try to want to go to a doctor or didn't want to talk to a partner about it, it's not just you. It's a lot of people. So let's just get that. Yeah, let's just say that first. It's not just you, right?
It ain't.
I think sometimes we have so much, like we always talk about the shame and the guilt and all the things that we go through with trying to talk to our partners just when it comes to our sexuality. And the more we have these conversations and let each other know, like, hey, this happens to me, this happens to a cousin I have, we hear it all the time. So let's just get that out of the way first. You're not alone. And if you're watching and you have any questions, if you're on Instagram, there's a little question mark with a circle. So if you want to ask a question and you don't want everybody to see that you asked it, if you click that button, we'll see the question. I don't know how this works. I just found this out. I just found out about this the other day. Yesterday. I just found out about this yesterday. So try asking a question.
Yeah, if you look at the comment box below, if you look to your right of it, it will have a little box, like a little a bubble for like a speaking bubble with the question mark in it. And that's like supposed to be a private question. So you can ask the question. We won't, if it's in there, we won't announce your screen name. We would just answer your question.
Yes. So but anybody, if you're watching on YouTube or you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching after the replay and you have any questions, go ahead and throw us up a question. We are not medical professionals. Let me say that also, a disclaimer. We are not medical professionals. We are not urologists. We don't know all the things that happens to a penis, but we can say is what we know and the products that we have that could help, but we are not medical doctors. So let's put that disclaimer out there right now.
But I have been around a certain penis my entire life. So
it's a decent penis.
It's
decent.
I got some experience with a dick. I can tell you that. I got some dick experience. I had a lot of messages from women that have male partners. Okay. And they said that they don't know how to have this conversation. Like this is like a thing. This is a thing that their dick is not working. Well, to them. That's what they said. My partner's dick is not working. I don't know what to do. I'm about to cheat on this bama. What do I do? So if you not being in the industry, because you're gonna phrase your your responses. So you just you just normal. You Ray that don't know nothing don't know nothing about any of this stuff. And I'm like, hey, no. I'm not even at that point when I'm like, hey. I'm like, how would you want it brought up to you? Am I saying that right? Yes. Okay. So give us some ways that it could be brought up in conversation. One way is I would, since social media is such a big thing, I would sit here and take this video right here and actually share it onto my social media page. Say, hey, I know it's a stressful situation, a stressful life for everybody. Here's the Harts giving some information on erectile issues. That way, that could build up the conversation. Because then you can go and say, hey, babe, I put up this thing. One of my girlfriends was having was talking about it, and I saw this video, and they gave out a pretty good information about it. So, I mean, I would try to use a radio station, something like that, to say the conversation. But honestly, I'll be honest with you, don't beat around the bush, and don't be disrespectful either, but don't beat around the bush to tell your partner that there is an issue and it's something that you guys need to work together to find out. Because especially if you're in a relationship, it's no such thing as you need to go to the doctor and go find out what the hell going on.
Oh yeah, that makes it bad.
Yeah, when you say you need to go get this fixed.
Yeah.
It's not a we thing. If you're in a relationship, if you're in a relationship, it's always a we.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey babe, we need to do this. The presentation of we. I feel we need to go sit down with a doctor, a professional, go and see exactly what's going on, because it could be high blood pressure. You could have diabetes. It could be something that we could work out.
Or it could be stress. So if you go to the doctor, you get it checked out, and there's nothing medically wrong, they're like, you know what, you good. Then it could be stress. Like right now, we're in a pandemic. We're still in a freaking pandemic. Like this is like the thing that will never. What's the song? This is the song that never ends. It just goes on and on, my friend. This is
hard to sing it. Oh,
yeah. This is the thing that's never going. People are stressed. Being black in America is stressful as hell right now.
Man,
being a black man is stressful right now.
Being a black woman.
I know, but I'm just. Black men, y'all have a lot of stress. We all, as black people, we have a lot of stress. Black men have certain different stressors
than the black women.
Than black women. We have some together. But yeah.
I got you.
So, giving people grace and figuring out, what can I do to be some of your peace? What can I do if I'm your partner? And we got to the point now that we figured out that this is because of stress. What can we do to limit your stress? Let's find some things that we can do. It doesn't even necessarily have to be in the bedroom, like things that are going to, take it. Because once someone has penis issues, whether it's keeping it hard, getting it hard, and it's because of stress, it seems like you just keep, from the people I know, they just keep getting farther and farther in the hole. Because now they're like, it might happen once, it might happen twice, and now you're about to have sex, and you're like, oh my God, is it going to happen? It's going to happen again. What was she going to lead me to today? The performance anxiety can just build up and build up and build up to the part that like your anxiety about sex is crippling your dick. Like all the emotions is really crippling your dick. So if it's something that has to do with stress, figuring out what we can do to limit the stress.
One of the things that works for me, and I'm just gonna put it out there to the fellas, at least, especially to the partners out there. So if you want to present something to your penis carrying partner, Shani makes it really easy for me. As she always talks about the future. Like, babe, when we retire, babe, when we do this, I don't want to be alone. I don't want you to die so soon. I don't want this. I want us to be together. I want us to be able to do these things in the future. I want us to go travel with friends. I want us to do this. She talks about the future a lot and says we.
Yeah.
So by me hearing that, I look like, yo, all right, let me go to this doctor and go see what's going on. Let me do this. Let me do that.
I try to get you to relax.
Yeah.
I saw this week alone on my social media, 2 people posted that they have friends that one died. One had a heart attack and died. The second one had a stroke. And both of them said that the cause was stress. These were black women in their 40s that was dying from stress. Stress doesn't just affect your sex life, even though we're talking about sex, but it affects your life in so many different ways.
Yeah,
your
outside
health,
of just sex. Yeah.
Outside of just sex. So I hope that we all can take some time, do some self-care. I know self-care is like the cliche term, but figuring out what it is that you like to do that brings you some peace? You know, I like doing my baths, even though, you know, a lot of people think self-care of women sitting in the bathtub, but that's what I like. I like going and eating my crabs. That's part of my self-care. I love the whole process. I like going and getting the crabs. I like making my sauce. I like sitting there at the table, laying out everything. So that's something that makes me feel good and it makes me feel relaxed, and something that makes, you know, so just figuring out what it is that is going to get you some woo-saw, just some calm and everything, because that's going to help you in your sex life.
Yeah, for me, when I get stressed, I'm going to get a massage. I mean, sometimes I can go every week and get a massage. That's my thing. Sometimes I go get pedicures. I can just sit back and relax and not worry about things and just, you know, focus on me. So yeah, I mean, I'm with you. Self-care is something that we all need, but I'm a deep tissue person. So, you know, if I get a massage therapist that can really put that pressure, oh, life is good. Life is good. After that massage, yeah, I'm going back to work. Let's do this. Let's get it done. Like, I could work forever then.
Yeah, so figuring out how to reduce your stress is going to be super important. So also we had a lot of people when they was talking about erectile dysfunction. What are some things that they can do? What are some of the things that we have that can help them? Oh, one more thing I wanted to say about if you have your partner that has an issue with getting an erection or keeping an erection, making them feel bad about it is also going to make it worse. That's oh my goodness. You know how we get mad and we might say mean and nasty things to our partner? Yeah, don't do it. don't do it. Because that's just going to make it worse. You want to be able, you always want to uplift your partner. If they're going through something, you don't want to say things that's going to make them feel bad, make them feel even worse about it.
Yeah, I mean, because sometimes, I'll be honest with you, some things are, you know, kind of like unpreventable, or it may take your partner a little more time to get there compared to you. You may get there faster as far as getting the information and learning about it. It may take your partner a little bit to like, okay, this is a problem, and it may take me a little bit to like catch on, you know. It's just that's just the way it is. You know, some people, it's going to take a little bit longer to see that, yes, this is truly a problem.
Yeah.
So you definitely have to have that patience and, be kind.
Abdul's name is so long. I always just say the first part, Abdul, is that I regret not going to the beach this summer to sunbathe and relax. That is my stress reliever. Yes. I need to go back to the nude beach. We still have to go back. I want to go back to Miami and go to nude beach. Being out there nude in the sun, hitting all the good parts that don't never get sun out in the open, that was fun.
Yeah, my junk got a tan.
It did. It's already black. So some of the things. So I know we stress going to the doctor. We stress taking some time to get some calm. But sometimes people is like, look, what can I do right now? What can I do right now? What is something I can just get to help me? And so one of the things that I most recommend is cock rings, especially for people that have trouble keeping an erection. So how did dick work? Well, you got a dick. Say how the dick with the blood flow. So how did the erection work?
Okay, so it's a mental part and it's a physical part. But basically, how the penis actually gets an erection, it's basically, just say what makes it easier. Just say it's two tubes, right? You got an input and an output. So basically, it's a circle almost. So the blood flows in, a valve is inside and actually pushes the blood so that way the penis can get erect. And then when it's time to get soft, that valve opens up and the blood flows out and gives you it makes it soft. Sometimes during erections, people who have ED or erection issues, the blood flows, but the valve never closes to be able to let it stay hard. Or it'll stay hard for a period of time, and then it'll loosen up and allow the blood to flow back out. So you can get
or
hard,
just not enough blood actually even,
or not enough blood going there at all. Yeah. So So you got multiple reasons why. Sometimes there's a restriction of blood, so the blood can't be able to go there. If you have some of your valves in your system are clogged or whatever, so you might have to be able to take certain medicines for that reason. Your blood pressure. If you take high blood pressure medicine, your blood pressure medicine is designed to lower your blood pressure. Well, in order to get an erection, you need pressure to get the erection. So sometimes things like that, if your blood pressure is off, it will mess with the erection itself.
Yeah, and one of the side effects, well, not side effects, symptoms of someone that has diabetes sometimes is closing up of the veins. The veins get skinnier, which is not allowing a lot of good blood flow. Yeah. So that's usually the people that we come in contact with usually have some issue with that. Then there's other issues with people with prostate issues, prostate cancer, people post procedure and stuff like that, where different issues. But right now we're just going to talk generically about penis stuff.
So we're not going to be direct and specific about,
because we ain't no doctors. I ain't never been to medical school. I wish I did, because I could use a doctor's salary right about now.
Hey,
well, these are two. So when we talk about cock rings, there's two different types of cock rings. So what we just talked about with the blood flow. So what the cock ring is going to do, if you're someone that is actually able to get the blood in there and get an erection and have a problem with keeping the blood in there, the cock ring, these are two examples. They're usually just round. They could be made out of silicone. They could be made out of rubber, TPE, metal, all different types of materials. But what they do is give restriction to the shaft of the penis or to the shaft and the balls, however way it fits your peen the best. And what it's going to do is hold the blood in the penis.
Right. It's just like taking a rubber band. As soon as you get, I got a rubber band here. So we're just going to say a rubber band. So you get an erection, right? Then you can sit there and take the cock ring and put it around. We're just going to say that. So it goes around, so that way it squeezes to keep the blood inside. Some people, if my finger was the penis and then my fist is the balls, some people will grab it and put it around the whole entire thing, so that way it stays hard. Some people would just put it around the shaft, and some people would do both. They'll actually put one around the shaft, twist it, and then put it around the balls at the same time, so that way you have a dual option, so that way all of the blood that's in there can actually flow forward.
Awesome demonstration, Mr. Hart. And Bakari just said, I thought I was having ED problems, but I started working out on a regular, and now my erections are daily. I feel as though I'm back in my 30s. True. Let me tell you, when I was in my late 20s, I was pre-diabetic. The doctor was like, look, if you don't lose at least 50 pounds, I was over 250 pounds. And it was like, if you don't lose at least 50 pounds, you're going to have to start being on diabetes medicine. And I was like, yeah, not going to happen. I'm scared of needles. I don't want no parts of it. And I lost weight, and so many of my other health issues and things got better. Like, we need to take care of our bodies and get in better shape and better health. We keep saying over and over again that we want to be in better health and get in better shape because we want to be here for each other. There's no point of us trying to build our business and work on our relationship all the time if we just gonna be, fat and die. We too fat.
We're too fat.
We're too fat. We need to lose weight. We are definitely, both of us are definitely obese on the scale.
But just for the record, I like some of your fat parts. Just want to put that
you like some of my fat parts?
I love some of your fat parts.
But I do need to get rid of some of these fat parts because, it's not good for your sexual health. It's not good for your mental health. It's not good for your physical health. It's not good for any of these things. And being in a better shape and being in better health, and I think if more dudes realize that being healthier will help your dick in the long run, I think more of them will work out. You think?
Yeah, no one's saying you have to be like a bodybuilder or anything.
No.
It's just basically like what was just said earlier. Just basically, doing a little cardio to kind of keep the heart rate going. I'm telling you, like, just that little bit of cardio, like riding a bicycle, jumping rope, maybe getting on a treadmill, elliptical machine, anything that's going to sit there and move. You listening to music and you just doing a 2-step back and forth and keeping your heart rate up. Going for a walk around the neighborhood.
And then that helps you feel better too. I know for me, when I work, I keep putting the glass on. Usually I used to have my glass over here.
It's all good.
I know when I work out, I feel better about myself. Last night we were on a live for 2SCORE Fitness, and we were talking about body positivity. I know when I work out and I'm getting all these good hormones and endorphins and all these things going in my body, I feel better about my body, which also helps my sexual performance, because I'm in the bedroom like, I'm feeling good. I'm not as insecure about my body and things like that. So we just got to get on we're not going to sit on top of our soapbox telling people to get healthy all night.
No, we're just going to show you.
We're going to show you.
We're going to do it too.
Okay. So first we want to talk about cock rings. So like I said, they come in a whole bunch of different materials. We have a bunch of them in the store, a bunch of them on our website. I'm going to put the link to our cock ring section later on. If you look back on YouTube, it'll be updated. I was running late today. But there's mainly two categories of cock rings. There's performance cock rings, and then there's pleasure cock rings. Yeah. So he just gave you a demonstration on a performance one. So they're going to be smaller. It's going to be a tighter fit. Restriction. So the pleasure cock rings, like this is one of the ones I'm liking right now. I go in and out of what's my favorite toy. You know, when something new comes out, then I start liking something else. Yeah. But this is the Uranus cock ring. You see, it's bigger. It's not really restrictive. It's just going to be tight enough, basically, so it don't fall off. Really, it's not going to give you too much restriction, unless some people can stick the shaft and their balls through here, which could give you some restriction. But if you're not going to do that and make it a tighter fit, then it's just not going to fall off. So when you're looking for something, if you're someone that has trouble maintaining an erection, you could do both. You're not going to want to just stick with the pleasure one. You could put on one of the smaller, tighter ones and then put the pleasure one on top. So when I say pleasure, it's vibrating. It's doing something to give you and your partner some stimulation. So that's what I mean when I say pleasure.
Correct.
Anything you want to add about cock rings?
No, like you said, about the double cock rings, like basically putting a performance one on, and that way it's going to restrict the blood to keep the blood into the shaft. And then you'll have the pleasure one, which sits on top of that and offers your partner the vibration stimulation, as well as you. Some are designed to stimulate you with vibration, and then some is only basically to focus on your partner to offer them the vibration. So the fact that you're able to use that will actually give you like a double sensation. It's double the pleasure. The shaft is rock hard, it's pushing, it's giving them that sensation because they want that penetration. And then the vibration to add on to it for the pleasure, it just adds all the extra sensation to it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that definitely does help. I could tell you from my own personal experience though, sometimes using the performance cock rings, sometimes I cannot orgasm until I take it off. So that's another thing. So be prepared for that. Don't think something's wrong. Like I know after about 30 minutes of having a cock ring on, my dick and balls be hurting. I'll be like,
you didn't see the show that I was watching? Oh, did anybody watch all the Queen's Men? Y'all see that? It's on BT. Eva is the madam of the thing. And one of the dancers, so she's the madam of a male strip club, right? Okay. So one of the dancers was going to the doctor. His dick was turning black because he always tied it off. Yeah. And so he was killing his dick from tying it off so much. So yeah, like you said, you do not want to have the cock ring on super tight for a very long time. That's not good.
It shouldn't be, but for so long, you should always release it because it will be. Some people after a while, you get used to it and you're always going for it, and they'll tie it off extremely tight. I mean, they'll tie it off extremely tight. They'll use different products. Some people will use rubber bands. Some people will use like pantyhose and strips or bandanas, whatever they can get their hands on to tie it off. But which
it was
is not
turning black.
Yeah.
His dick, they was like he's gonna lose his
That's
dick.
because they get so like so. You get
because he was a grower. Yeah, he wasn't a shower, so he had to have his dick hard for when he's dancing.
Well, not just dancing. I mean, dancing, but guys are doing it to have sex as well. And
I'm just talking about on the movie.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, just on the
but
show.
No.
Yeah.
But even during sex, they're doing it. They're doing the same exact thing. Like they need that to be there, and they will tie it off. They'll take it and hit it against something solid. Like you might see in movies where they're like, patting a dick on there. But in all reality, some people will go and take it and hit the wall just to try to draw some type of sensation out of it to get the blood flow in there. So if they give a little bit of pain, that means blood will be sent to the penis, and that will actually help them with the erection. It's dangerous. It's super dangerous. But there are people out here that do it.
That Jay's Pleasure on Instagram says she saw it, and she said she laughed a little bit when the doctor told his dick was dying. Oh, he was so but he still kept doing it.
It's addictive.
He still kept doing it.
Mentally.
I think he would not stop. Let's see. Sean on Facebook said, a good way to get through ED, no porn, period. I don't want to hear about your cousin's dick, though. Why?
No.
This is my cousin on here.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear about it.
No.
But he said it took about 3 months to get back to normal. Also, he didn't masturbate at all. Everyone goes through and gets it together. Maybe he was relying too much on the porn for the arousal. And sometimes it takes time for your brain to realize there's other things that can arouse me and keep me aroused. When you're always doing the same thing with masturbation. When you masturbate the same way all the time, or you use like the same toy over and over and over again, the same toy on the same setting, laying the same way, after time, your body can get used to, this is the only way I can have an orgasm. Maybe looking at porn all the time is like, this is the only way that I can get aroused. Finding other things that can get your body to that point that you want is a great option to try too. But I don't want to hear about your cousin's dick. Blah.
No, I'm telling you.
But that's good. That's good advice, Sean.
Taking away the videos, the adult videos, taking away the masturbation. Sometimes your body is looking for that sensation. If you're using different toys and they're producing a certain stimulation onto the body, taking those aids away can sometimes increase your performance. Because when you're with your partner, it's like if I don't feel what I want to feel, or what I'm so used to feeling, then I can't get an erection. My penis goes down. I'm not stimulated. I'm not turned on. Yeah. So I'm looking for, my body is looking for that certain sensation. Yeah. So that's 100% correct. It happens to a lot of us with penises. A lot of us. So
why you got $10 sitting right there? You paying me for something? Why is $10 sitting on the couch?
Yeah, I mean,
I do something strange with some change. So we talked. So cock rings are great for people that can get an erection but have trouble keeping an erection. So what about for the people that have trouble getting an erection? So penis pumps are one way to try to get it going. So what the penis pump is basically doing, whether it's this one is the bathmate one. That's his favorite.
My favorite.
For it uses water. There's other ones that on the low end
that are
vacuum, and you have to either squeeze a bulb. Well, but basically, what the end result is that it's pulling the blood into the penis. Explain it a little bit better than me.
Okay. So what this does, my bad, I kind of messed up. So okay. So what this does is, I was moving too fast. So what this does is, number one, I turn it upside down. I make sure the valve here is locked, and then I fill it up with water to a certain point. Once I get the water in there, then I insert my penis. Now, one thing I like about bathmates is that I can insert my penis when it's soft. So when I'm ready to take a shower, I like to.
So some of them you have to have it hard.
Some of them you have to be hard.
But how do you use the hard? But isn't the pump to get hard?
Hold on, let me finish.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't have it, so I don't know.
No.
I thought it was to get hard.
I'm happy that you're excited about it. No, but
wasn't it? It's to get hard.
Okay, so you got different ones. So
you got different ones.
You got different ones. Some of them, if you pay attention, some of them would actually tell you have to be semi-erect or erect. Some would tell you can stay soft to be able to insert. So it just depends on which.
Okay.
And also some of the ones where you have to be semi-erect or erect, it's very difficult to get inside. So that way they'll have like this little closure in here. So it's hard to take a soft penis and try to force it into the enclosures because they're so tight in the opening. So those are the ones that you have to be semi or erect in order to kind of force and penetrate inside of it. Okay. Now with the bathmate, it has this open port. So that way, no matter if you're soft or hard, you can still be able to enter. Once you enter, the only thing you really want to worry about is the seal against the body. So you want to make sure you have a nice, comfortable seal. One of the things that they do is basically how I can tell, I have to make sure that this gauge, the level, the different size, so I can make sure that the ruler is kind of facing upwards, so it's facing me. And then that allows, if you can look, you can see like how it's nice and round, but it kind of slopes right here. So this so my balls can kind of hang out. So I want to have good contact, but I need my balls to still kind of dangle. All right? Dangly balls. Yeah, you do not want your balls to go inside. Don't want that. You just want it to stay on the outside. Once that makes contact, you got a nice contact. So no matter if you have hair or not, but you just want to have a good contact, and then you're just going to collapse this accordion. This part, this little ripple part, you want to collapse it, and that will create a suction inside. Once that suction creates inside with the water, what happens is as soon as you push in, water will squirt out the top end. So it's always good to be in front of a sink or in the bathtub. Water squirts out. And when that water squirts out, however much water squirts out, the blood in your body replaces that water. So that way it's like, okay, if
it's kind of like when you're drinking water out of a water bottle and like it be sucked that you can't get no more water out because your mouth is on it and you can't the air can't get
yeah. So that's pretty much the same thing. As the water squirts out, blood is replacing it, so that way it has the same amount of volume inside of the cylinder.
Okay.
So now I also can use this dry. So because of this, I can sit here and be in my bed and I can just lay there or standing up or whatever, and I can do the same thing and still be able to get the same type of suction off of it. So I still can do it dry. I prefer it wet. I prefer the water in there because after a while, sometimes the water be like swish washing in there, and it feels very comfortable for me.
But even if you don't have a bathmate, the other ones that have the hand pumps, the ones that look like the balls or actually has a hand grip, it's the same concept. It's air coming, being sucked out, and blood flowing in. So that's great for people that have trouble getting an erection.
And then from that point, once the blood is in there, you can actually roll a cock ring over top of it, and then release the pump, and then clip on the cock ring. Mm-hmm. So then the cock ring goes around the shaft. You remove the pump, take it away, and boom, you're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, because you wanna be doing it real fast. Because once you got the blood in there, if you're someone that has trouble keeping it in there, once you get hard, then you want to hurry up and put that cock ring on to hold it on real fast. Yeah. So another thing that also helps people that have trouble getting erection, I didn't bring you toys, but sometimes the vibration from a simple wand or a bullet, because toys help with the arousal process. They help get the blood flowing. So using something like a bullet, something that vibrates on the tip of your penis, on the shaft, on your balls, on your tank, wherever it is, it's going to make it feel good. That can help with the erection also. So you could be doing a whole bunch of different things.
Right. There's options. That's the best part about us having a penis. You think like it's just one way. There is no such thing as one way. It's multiple ways we can use to be able to increase the blood flow into the shaft. So that way we can have a stronger and a better performance in the, as far as with penis. Also for guys who you can get an erection, you have no problem. Some guys, every now and then, you can still use a penis pump just to make sure that the circulation stays, active.
Yeah.
So you might have a long day. You might not be having sex. You might not be doing anything. Sometimes you jump in the shower, you can pump it up, take your shower, whatever. And then when you get to your genitals, you release this and then go ahead and wash there. But you're just trying to keep
your body remembers.
Remember, yeah, it's looking for that blood circulation, that blood flow. So it works no matter if you're having erection issues or not. You can still use pumps and cock rings all around.
Yeah. So another thing that a lot of people like to take is pills. Now, we do sell a lot of male I lost my enhancement pills. Yeah. Male enhancement pills. But those are usually not my first suggestions. when somebody has erection issues, especially if they have, like we said, high blood pressure, diabetes, all these different health conditions, heart issues where the blood is not pumping right, those enhancement pills are not the safest thing for you to take.
Not at all.
And a lot of men still take them. And, you know, we're in a business, making money and everything like that. But there's other things that I would love for guys to try instead of going straight to pills. Instead of people going straight to enhancement pills, even though, you know, they have natural ingredients and stuff like that. But if you have high blood pressure, and these enhancement pills, basically what they are stimulants. So they're going to raise your blood pressure. If you have a heart condition, if you have high blood pressure, you do not want your heart rate and the blood to be pumping super fast. Like, that's not healthy. So it's because I'm like, don't take them, but people still do all the time.
Well, I take them. And
but you don't have any health issues.
No, that plays a part. But that's something I know because I actually went to the doctor and actually, you know, got tested.
You get your physical?
So I do my physicals and stuff. So that's the reason why I know I can take it. But at the same time, when I'm taking them, I do, you know, and you will see even guys who work out at the gym, they don't use them for their erection. For them, they're using it for the energy, the stamina. And they'll tell you their side effect of taking some of those over-the-counter enhancement pills, those performance products, is that they get an erection, but they like the fact that they have energy. So everyone does it for different reasons. But yeah, don't just...
It's not my first recommendation.
It's definitely not something that's recommended, especially when you go to certain places. I'll be honest with you, because we take pride in performance and our reputation. We actually are looking for quality, made in America, manufactured products. Versus if you go to some of these convenience stores, corner stores, gas stations,
these tobacco, the 24-hour tobacco places, you don't know what you're getting.
You don't know. I mean, I can tell you, like, even some places, like certain like gas stations and stuff, certain brands like 7-Eleven, they won't even carry them. They took them completely out of their stores and told some of the owners that if you sell this product or you sell these products, you know, you'll lose your franchise because of it, you know, and pick and choose. So because there's so many counterfeits out here. So you really
so enhancement pills is not going to be the
end all be all.
Yeah. What else do we want to? Oh, also, CBD products. If you're someone that is a cannabis lover, THC, CBD, all these different things, they help with blood flow. They help with arousal. You hear a lot of people saying that they had their best sex being high or taking some CBD because it helps relax you. It helps calm you. It's awesome for men that have performance anxiety. Also, CBD helps with blood flow, which we said that erection issues are mainly caused because of blood flow, blood flow issues, whether it comes medically or it comes from stress. So if you are a cannabis lover, then you are kind of, you know, you're working in the right way. These are things that have been not medically tested. There's still so many studies going on right now, but it has been proving just from watching people and people that I know. And I know for me, it helps me relax more, get aroused, everything like that. So CBD products, we carry some in the store. I also put my link up for the Nora Leaf. If you're a guy that suffers from performance anxiety, smoking something, popping a gummy, maybe, you know, half hour, 45 minutes, an hour, however long it takes you to get that down. Taking some CBD oil or some THC oil sublingually under the tongue and getting that into your blood. Any way that you want to get the cannabis into your body, that's your personal preference. Smoking, of course, it gets into your bloodstream the fastest. It hits your lungs, gets into your bloodstream. That's usually the way that I like taking CBD the best. You know, I love my CBD pre-rolls. They're on my website. But it just depends on what you like. But cannabis is an awesome way to get the anxiety and the stress levels down, get the blood flow going, and helps with arousal. So that's another thing that you can use in your sexual health journey to help you.
Now, again, just because she says that, when she says that, abuse of like alcohol mixed with THC and CBD.
Oh yeah, you can overuse it.
Yeah, that's like, if I
and be super sleepy.
Yeah, so it could be some bad parts to it too. So it's not like the abuse side of it. You have to watch out for that part. So if you're abusing,
you can overconsume. I wouldn't say abuse.
Okay,
I would say overconsume.
That's the better way. I
agree.
I like that better because that's exactly what I mean.
Yeah. Overconsume. You're not gonna OD on CBD.
No,
you're not gonna OD on any THC and product. But you can overconsume to the point that it makes you super sleepy.
So you get the wrong effects.
You could definitely do that.
But yeah.
So just go. We getting it's about that time.
All
it's
right.
7:48. So just to go over what we said tonight, talking about all our dick issues. Is we talked about how first of all, get checked out by a doctor. If this is something that happens regularly, please get checked out by a doctor. Us as Black people, we need to be taking better control of our health. We need to be taking better control of our stress levels. And also, if you're someone that your partner has these issues, don't be a bitch. Don't be mean. We want to try to help them, not make them feel even worse. Because like we said, a lot of times if it's stress related, you just thinking about it all the time, it's going to make the stress levels go even higher about it. And then if your partner makes you feel bad about the problem, that's going to make the problem even worse. Like the worst thing you can do to try to have an orgasm is overly trying to have an orgasm. Like when you're working so hard and to try to have an orgasm, that's when you lose focus on the pleasure and lose focus on trying to be, the intimacy and being with your partner. We talked about the products. We talked about which ones?
The pumps, the cock rings, vibrating or not, pleasure or performance. And then use the different pumps. You got different options. But when you was talking about with partners, fellas, I'm just going to put it out there to you too. Fellas, do not make it seem like it's her fault because you could.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Like yo,
they like, well, you gain weight, so if you would get it together,
you would do this. So I have to put that out there because I have some of my homeboys have done that. They have done that, and we have talked about it, and I have.
So why do you think do it instead of looking inside?
It's still ego. Like we think that it's their fault because number one, like this ain't never happened before. But since I might not be attracted to her, so I just automatically assume that that's the reason. And it could be it could be the fact that maybe he's not physically attracted to her, but the relationship
could be in a bad part.
Yeah, it could be. You guys could be in a bad place. Yeah. So it could be a bunch of things, but don't just point that thing out, and then all of a sudden you get with the next woman, and then it start happening again because because
you ain't correct enough.
Yeah, because you didn't go about it.
So we have. It's almost our time. It's 7:51. Okay, so tonight we are giving away cock rings, and we have for some people that have issues with, it's not really erectile issues, just coming too fast. It's still a dick issue, which doesn't have too much to do with it. That's a whole different conversation for people that come too fast. But that also could be a bunch of different things. And
that's playing part. Penis issues or penis.
The pussy too wet. I know. That's what you see. We be like, but then after a while, I be like, for real, this is all I'm gonna get. So we're giving away cock rings and stamina products. So we're giving away this week products for the penis. Oh, I forgot to remember to ask a question. What's the question?
You didn't put the question.
I didn't put a question in. What's the question?
The question of today is, what are the 2 types of cock rings?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. The 2 categories of cock rings. So we talked about there's 2 different kinds of cock rings.
What are they? Whoever answers it wins the prize.
Yes. So while we wait for to see if any answers are going to come in, I really love that we had the opportunity to talk about this. I think that we don't talk about these type of things enough, especially in the Black community. A lot of times it's taboo, it's hush hush, it's, especially with guys. I really wish that you would get like some guy group. I know you don't have time.
I got time.
But like if you had like a guy like Facebook group, oh, Jay's Pleasure got it on Instagram. But don't say the answer yet, because the Facebook and YouTube people can't see it. If somebody remembers the 2 different categories of cock rings. But I think there needs to be more places where people with penises, people identify as men, can talk about issues, like, and be honest with each other, and get rid of that all the toxic masculinity, because that shit gets in the way. That's getting in the way of us talking to each other. Oh Lord, I'm Gloria. Gloria answered the question. Oh, now I got to think about my Aunt Gloria gonna be putting a cock ring on my Uncle Charles' head. Oh man.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So one of our aunts just won the prize as well. Shout out to her. That's awesome. That's awesome.
So the answer with the 2 different categories of cock rings are pleasure and performance. That's according to us. Other people might say different things. Those are our 2 categories that we talk about. So Jade's Pleasure is on Instagram. Send us a DM with your address so we can send these out tomorrow. Aunt Gloria. Oh Lord.
Just text me who you want me to send it to. I got you.
Take the wheel.
Yo, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh, Christine! Our cousin, the daughter, is on here. All of us are barfing. Why do the family?
So one of the people that won, our aunt, her daughter is on here as well. So
that just made barfing face. Facebook, you see the barfing face.
Hey, that's what's up. Her parents have been married for over 30 years, and they still getting it in. That's what's up.
Are we gonna be getting it in 30 years?
Yeah. Yes, 100%. Because I remember
if we get on this treadmill so your dick will work,
then that's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
I'm definitely gonna look at my as far as my aunt and uncle, because where was it? Ruby Tuesdays. We had went on a date, a lunch date.
That was a few years ago.
Ruby Tuesday, a few years ago, and then we saw my uncle. He came into the restaurant and sat down with this lady, and we didn't know who this lady was. So I went over there to walk over because I wanted to touch him. Like, hey, I see you, and if you cheating, I'm snitching. Like I want to touch him. So I went over there, and all I hear is I hear in this little giggly voice, "Oh, Charles," and I'm like, "What?" I mean, it's just like they were on a first date type thing. I mean, their relationship is so dope, like dope. Like these are what this like when they say relationship goals. Like to me, this is one of the.
I'm Gloria just said 44 years.
44 years. I apologize.
44
years. So this is one of the couples that I look at for relationship goals, and I look at their relationship to be able to like, okay, how do I want to treat my wife? How do I want, yeah. I mean, if my uncle can sit here and make her all giddy, you know what I'm saying? 44 years, and he can make her giddy and girly and laugh.
You still make me giddy.
I want that. Like,
no, let me just a quick example of like we were talking last night on a different live about the 5 love languages, and one of my love languages is gifts. And it should be my love language is food, really, but it's gifts. So I came home. I was hanging out with one of my girlfriends. I came home. He was like, "Hey, I got you a chicken cheesesteak. Just ketchup, fried onions, and cheese." And I was just like, "Oh my God!" Like that meant so much. Like just little stuff that we can do for our partners to brighten their day. So I love coming on here and talking to everybody about things that we do and trying to give out little tips. And I love you guys' comments and talking to us. Please keep all the comments coming if you're watching the replay. Anything you want to ask, anything you want to add to the conversation, feel free to do that. But go ahead and take us on out, Mr. Hart.
We're all freaks that get on the elevator. Only difference between us is which floor we get off on. And if you like us, you get off on every floor just to see what's going on. So as always, stay sexy.
Stay sexy, my friends. See y'all.
All right, y'all.